pbs.org to join. Thank you.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
PBS Online. Share, tweet, watch.
Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
Next time on And Then There Were None.
Welcome to Soldier Island.
When 8 strangers are invited to an isolated manor house.
Is there something a tad off here?
They're each accused of murder.
How do you plead?
But how many of them will survive?
We are cut off, rats in a barrel.
The devilishly clever Agatha Christie mystery.
Has Mrs. Rogers got worse?
Somewhat. She's dead.
And Then There Were None.
Saturday night at 10 on Arizona PBS. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
AARP in Phoenix thinks today should be your day. So get active and help keep Phoenix in motion, or get involved in improving your community. Take on today and every day. Learn how at aarp.org/Phoenix.
When you cast your vote in the upcoming election, you connect with issues that hit close to home. Clean Elections provides voter resources and tools so you can vote informed on August 28th. Connect with the facts at azcleanelections.gov.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
The remnants of Tropical Storm Rosa gave the valley a record-breaking rainfall. Now, scientists are scrambling to measure the fallout.
Plus, veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan remember those who lost their lives to suicide and hope to save others from the same fate.
And 1 year later, how one family has overcome the impact from the Las Vegas mass shooting.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Jennifer Alvarez.
And I'm Bryce Newberry. Thank you for joining us. The sky may be clearing, but the threat of flooding isn't over yet. That's the latest from the National Weather Service after Tuesday's record-setting day of rainfall for Phoenix. And scientists with the U.S. Geological Survey spent the day measuring the impact of former Tropical Storm Rosa on the valley's waterways. In Laveen, the Santa Cruz River is flowing again after a record-setting storm moved through.
It dropped a lot of water, but over sort of a longer period of time, and that creates sort of larger floods.
This is normally a dry riverbed, but in the last 24 hours, it's grown not double, not triple, but actually 10 times what it was yesterday. Today, a U.S. Geological Survey crew was out measuring the flows.
That's good. We check out our stream flow gauging station and take some readings from the instruments inside it to determine what the elevation of the water is. And then we usually start our discharge measurement.
The amount of water grew exponentially in the past few days. The measurements helped the National Weather Service develop flood forecasts, and local agencies use the data to help understand how high waters could get in future floods. Crews use scientific instruments to detect the river's depth and speed.
It's pretty big. There's quite a bit of water out here.
All the water captured the attention of people driving over the river. The area hasn't been this wet for nearly a decade. Even so, Reese said Rosa's aftermath likely won't pull Arizona out of a drought.
It's one storm, so you kind of need a trend in order to say that we're out of the drought.
The USGS operates hundreds of stream gauges across the state. It's something the agency has been doing for more than 125 years to help accurately measure flooding before rain hits.
The city of Tempe and the Salt River Project sent water flowing over the dam at Tempe Town Lake today to release the excess rainfall. Cronkite News reporter John Cardinelli checked out the runoff today.
The gray clouds outside have given way to billowing clouds and scattered sunshine, but that hasn't stopped the city of Tempe and the Salt River Project from letting down their guard. Today at Tempe Town Lake, SRP lowered the dam to allow for the water to rush out from the lake into the relatively dry Salt River bed. Water runoff is coming from Indian Wash and into Tempe Town Lake. The flow of water this morning was about 4,000 cubic feet per second. And for perspective, 1 cubic foot is about the size of a basketball. This type of water management is exactly what Tempe Town Lake was designed for. The dam is controlled by a computer system and keeps the lake at a safe level for recreational activities.
The system that controls the dam monitors the level of the lake and then makes adjustments to each of the 8 steel gates in order to adjust the water level down to the 100th of a foot. So we can plug in a number that we want to say the lake to be this high or this low, and the dam will automatically adjust the lake level to make that happen. So in an event like this, what we do is we just tell the dam to essentially keep the lake level where it is.
Of course, not all dams are built this way. Experts are down at the Menagers Dam on the Tohono O'odham Indian Reservation in Tucson. The water levels there are expected to be 1 foot from overflow level. We'll have more later on our full forecast. In downtown Phoenix, John Cardinelli, Cronkite News.
In Washington, senators are expecting to have the results from the FBI background investigation into Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh as early as this afternoon. President Donald Trump has weighed in on the investigation on multiple accounts, but at a presidential rally Tuesday night, he mocked Kavanaugh's accuser, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford. The White House press secretary said today Trump was simply stating facts, but Arizona Senator Jeff Flake, who was the one who helped launch the FBI investigation, said there was no excuse for Trump's actions.
You can't blame other people for what the president says. I thought it was obviously insensitive and appalling, frankly. There's no time or place, but particularly to discuss something so sensitive at a political rally. It's just wrong.
Flake has said that his vote will not be influenced by the president's remarks. Once the FBI results are delivered, the senator will review them in a secure facility. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is still pushing for a confirmation vote in the full Senate by the end of the week.
There are more than 100,000 potential voters in our state, but right now they're unable to vote because of past felony convictions, according to Restore Your Vote. Cronkite News reporter Gabriella Becerra tells us how the organization is helping to get those rights restored.
Restore Your Vote was developed by the Campaign Legal Center. Their goal is to ensure eligible voters have access to ballots.
Verified my registration after that, and I'll be voting on November 6th.
The last time Dennis Eckhoff voted was in 2000. He committed a Class 6 felony in Arizona back in 2003. He says getting his voting rights restored was frustratingly easy.
When I came across restoreyourvote.org, within a minute, I checked some boxes and answered some questions, and they let me know that my voting rights are currently restored, and that I'd be good to proceed.
Restore Your Vote launched an online tool to help people with past convictions understand their voting rights. This tool helped Eckhoff, and now he is helping educate others about getting their rights back.
That's over 221,000 individuals that are disenfranchised due to felony convictions, and over 117,000 individuals who have the right to vote, just don't have the right information.
Speaker Victor Cervantes Jr. says Restore Your Vote has helped more than 500 people reestablish their voting rights. Although the process was easy for Eckhoff, organizer for ACLU Smart Justice Isis Gill says the restoration process has become more complicated.
Once you take into account that the restoration process varies from county to county, it becomes unbelievably obvious that the system was made intentionally difficult so that people could be disengaged.
Gill says the Campaign for Smart Justice has been holding clinics to help people get their voting and civil rights back.
Today to say that you all matter, your voices matter, and we will have your rights come back, come hell or high water.
According to Campaign Legal Center, any felony conviction will take away voting rights. Some people are able to get their rights back right away. Others have to apply to restore them. In the Broadcast Center, Gabriella Becerra, Cronkite News.
The voting registration deadline is coming up, and scammers have found another way to get your information. They call and get your personal information by claiming that they are helping you register to vote. Adrian Fontes from the Maricopa County Recorder's Office said you can register online or through your own political party, and you should never give your name, address, or social security number out over the phone.
Republican Steve Gaynor and Democrat Katie Hobbs will go head-to-head tonight in the Secretary of State debate. The face-off comes after Gaynor defeated incumbent Michelle Reagan in the primary election in August. The Arizona Secretary of State debate will begin at 5:30 tonight on Arizona PBS.
The suicide rate among veterans is a number that remains alarmingly high.
coming up on Cronkite News, an effort to bring awareness in Washington.
520 represent the number of veterans that have died by suicide so far this year.
Plus, Tempe firefighters are learning firsthand what it's like to live with a disability such as dementia in order to improve treatment for these patients.
Join Emmy Award-winning CNN anchor Anderson Cooper as he receives the 2018 Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism, attracting industry leaders from the media, politics, business, and education. The award luncheon is the Cronkite School's signature fundraising event. Tickets for the luncheon ceremony on Wednesday, October 17th at the Sheraton Grand in Phoenix are available for sale at cronkite.asu.edu/luncheon or call 602-496-0482.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
Millions of people die every year from drinking dirty water. I would never have felt I had the ability to do something without ASU pushing me. We built filtration systems out of local materials with the people. To see those kids drink clean water for the first time, it's the most rewarding feeling that you can ever have. I went to ASU because I wanted to change the world. The thing I never would have expected is how the world would have changed me.
U.S. veterans of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan planted thousands of flags in the nation's capital this morning to commemorate the thousands of vets who commit suicide every year. Cronkite News reporter Imani Stevens is live in Washington, where she heard from survivors and family members of those victims.
The volunteers started planting flags at 6 a.m. and it took close to 5 hours to place 5,500 flags in the shadow of the Washington Monument, each flag representing one veteran or active service member who has died by suicide this year.
Every last one of us had a friend or a family member's name in mind as we planted these flags. Some of us standing here could have been one of these flags.
A survey by the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America found that most of its members have been touched by the suicide of someone they know.
Our latest member survey shows that 65% of our membership knows somebody who has attempted suicide, and 58% know somebody who's died by suicide.
The most recent findings by the Department of Veterans Affairs found that there were 17.5 suicides for every 100,000 veterans in the U.S. in 2016. In Arizona, the veteran suicide rate was 44.1. In 2016, more than twice as high as the national rate. Melissa Bryant, who was stationed at Fort Huachuca, says it touches all ages.
Even though the Vietnam era is the largest cohort by sheer volume of numbers for those who are dying by suicide, there's an alarming rate of those 18 to 34, the post-9/11 generation. We're dying at a much faster rate by suicide than was previously recorded.
Patrice Sullivan saw the struggle in her high school sweetheart after he served from 2000 to 2004.
When he got home in 2004, he was really struggling. He just felt like he didn't fit in. And then 9 months later, he died by suicide. And so March 13th, 2005.
Planting these flags gave Sullivan a moment of reflection.
Every time I plant a flag, I said his name out loud because I think it's important to still say their name. Today, I was frustrated, but I was hopeful, because you have to put yourself out there for things to change.
The IAVA says 20 veterans or active duty military commit suicide every day.
For the last 17 years are coming home and they're struggling with transition, and we're finding that active duty troops are struggling even while they're still on active duty. So we must have a whole of government solution to this epidemic.
Today's flag planting was just one event in a week of activities designed to highlight the issue of veteran suicide. After planting 5,520 flags on the National Mall, the volunteers were scheduled to head to Capitol Hill to lobby with members of Congress. Live in Washington, Imani Stevens, Cronkite News.
Tempe firefighters are stepping into the dark to learn more about Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Cammie Clark shows us how firefighters involve themselves in the world of patients to improve medical treatment.
Tempe firefighters are learning what it's like to be disoriented, like someone with dementia. Paramedic Gretchen Chalmers wears shaded glasses, a headset, and heavy gloves to muffle her ability to hear, see, and touch.
You're hearing things going on and your vision's not the same, and obviously your grip's not the same, and so to do these things was a lot harder.
Tempe is considered a dementia-friendly city. Special projects consultant Jan Doherty says that dementia is expected to increase 50% over the next decade.
It's becoming increasingly important for cities to learn about its citizens who are often forgotten about, which are people living with dementia.
Paramedic Corey Wiggum says that handling someone with dementia is different than other emergency calls.
The patience and taking our time and making sure the patient understands what's going on and know that we have to be, say, just short sentences and make sure that we we can't just rattle off a bunch of questions, but just trying to get to the root of the problem.
For Gretchen Chalmers, the training is personal.
I had a grandmother that had dementia and Alzheimer's and ended up passing away, but in the end it was really, really difficult.
Nearly 200 firefighters have been trained in dementia awareness since July. In Tempe, Cammie Clark, Cronkite News.
The city of Tempe is planning to expand dementia training to all employees in Tempe, according to their website.
Just 1 year after the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, victims are still reeling as they remember the attack.
Coming up on Cronkite News, we spoke with the family of one ASU student caught in the attack and their thoughts now on the anniversary.
Well, the sun is shining, and it looks like most of the storms brought on by the remnants of Tropical Storm Rosa have left the area, but we still could feel the impact of those storms going through the rest of next week. I'll tell you what you can expect coming up.
As journalists at Cronkite News, we report on stories that matter to you by focusing on the local impact. We dig deeper and work tirelessly to keep you informed.
Live in Wickerburg.
Live in Los Angeles. In Cleveland. In Washington. In Louisville.
From Jerusalem.
Live in Philadelphia. From around the world to right here in Phoenix.
At Cronkite News, we report the facts and stick to the truth.
I'm Ted Simons, host and managing editor of Arizona Horizon. The 2018 election season has arrived. Join us for primary and general election debates. Right here, meet the candidates and hear their positions. Arizona Horizon, your source for what matters most this election season. Only on Arizona PBS.
By the year 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Before Professor Halden, I had an insane amount of passion, but I almost felt helpless because I didn't know how to use it. Professor Halden gave me a chance to make a difference. Being at a place like ASU allows you to take these big leaps. Ultimately, the biggest problems in the world cannot be solved alone.
Survivors from all over the country went to Las Vegas for the 1-year mass shooting anniversary.
Sammy Giemers talked with ASU survivor about that night and what her and her family had to overcome.
Even though a year has passed, survivors still feel the impact of October 1st. A local student shared her experience with me from that night and how those events are still with her and her family.
Let the light in your spirit continue to shine. Don't let it go out. Let that light lead you in your life.
To measure the mechanical advantage, there's your resisting, your effort, and your fulcrum, and your fulcrum's like the joint.
Shay Diaz is a survivor of the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival.
That was the Mandalay Bay right there.
Right now, she's studying for midterms at ASU, but it was 1 year ago when she found herself running for her life.
I'm almost angry that it's been a year. We went back to everyday life, but you know, there is triggers. Diaz was in a group of about 30 friends and family members. Many of them were separated when the shots rang out. That was the most heartbreaking thing, to not see them afterwards. Her little sister was in the Mandalay Bay. When the shooting started, she was taking a Snapchat.
Then this is awkward because I know.
And as hard as that day was for Diaz, for her dad, it may have been even harder.
She's probably seen more in her lifetime than most people will ever see.
George Diaz made his way back to Vegas for the anniversary.
The stage was right here. Looking at this building behind me, it's just a building. It's just a building that some guy chose to use as a tool to exploit whatever was going on in his mind.
His entire group survived that night.
Lisa Romero Muniz.
But for the 58 who didn't,
Angela Gomez, 20.
Austin Davis, 29.
Carly
Riverside,
Kriebom,
California.
33.
And Sandy Casey,
Sonora, Iowa. Jessica
Candace Bowers,
Andrea Romero Ramirez.
their legacy will continue to ring on. Shay Diaz's family said that the main reason they came out is to support other families who lost someone. Other survivors told me they were visiting during the anniversary to hopefully get some closure. In the broadcast center, Sammy Giebers, Cronkite News.
You may have noticed a presidential message pop up on your phone earlier today. FEMA conducted the first nationwide test of wireless emergency alerts aimed at over 200 million devices. The message read, quote, "Presidential alert. This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency System. No action is needed." The FEMA website says this system is to warn the public about emergency situations, missing children, and dangerous weather conditions. The presidential alert will now allow the president to address the nation in any national emergency. Along with record-breaking rainfall, Tropical Storm Rosa also brought cooler temps to the state.
Haley, what can we expect for the rest of the week?
Tropical Storm Rosa, or the remnants of it, I should say, pounded through parts of Arizona over the last few days, bringing with it record-breaking amounts of rainfall. But if you take a look at the clouds out here, it seems as if most of the storms out of that system have moved on. But we still will see a slight possibility of scattered storms going into tonight and even into tomorrow morning. Rainfall from those storms is going to add to that already high total of rain that we've seen from Rosa thus far. Now, from just a few days ago, we've seen a grand total of rain of 2.75 inches. Now, to put that in perspective for you, to compare, over the monsoon, we saw only 2.63 inches. That season runs from June 15th to September 30th. So that means over the last 3 days, we saw more rain than we saw over the last several months combined. Taking a look at where that storm's at right now, just the remnants of that storm over up in the northeastern parts of the state, over in the Winslow and Shiloh area, even up in Flagstaff, a few scattered storms, just a few minor storm cells popping up here in the valley, but those storm chances are going to grow going into later tonight. Those clouds are going to hang out going into the evening hours. Before that, moisture is going to be pushed up into the northern parts of the state, and we're going to dry out just a little bit due to this wave of dry air that's going to push all of that rain and moisture from Rosa out of the state, and we're going to see a few dry days before we're going to increase those storm chances once again going into next weekend. But that rain is going to cool things off just for a little bit. We're going to hang out in those mid to upper 80s for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and those storm chances again persisting on Sunday. But we're not even going to reach the 80s on Sunday and Monday, so those cool temperatures are here to stay. In the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Haley Brand.
ASU men's tennis recently rebuilt its team with players from all over the world.
Coming up on Cronkite News, how a team full of culturally diverse players come together as a family.
I'm Matt Berry, ESPN Sports Center anchor and graduate of ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. With its bachelor's and master's degrees in sports journalism, the Cronkite School is preparing the next generation of sports journalists to tell stories that matter, stories that excite, inspire, and inform. Cronkite immerses students in covering sports at all levels in one of the country's top sports markets. It's this hands-on experience under the guidance of award-winning sports media veterans that shape the top journalists of tomorrow.
Here at Cronkite News, we have producers who craft shows that make an impact on our community. Our broadcasts allow students to be involved in all levels of production, from producing to directing. We are guided by highly respected professionals who mentor the journalists of tomorrow. From technical directing to teleprompting and beyond, our production crew works tirelessly to produce meaningful and award-winning shows. We are Cronkite News on Arizona PBS.
By the year 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Before Professor Halden, I had an insane amount of passion, but I almost felt helpless because I didn't know how to use it. Professor Halden gave me a chance to make a difference. Being at a place like ASU allows you to take these big leaps. Ultimately, the biggest problems in the world cannot be solved alone.
When the ASU men's tennis team was newly reinstated after a 10-year hiatus, head coach Matt Hill called the team a, quote, blank canvas. 2 years later, that very canvas is filled with diversity. Our Colette Stein caught up with the team in Tempe at the Whiteman Tennis Center.
9 athletes from 9 different locations around the world. After being discontinued 10 years ago, ASU came back with an entirely new team and coaching staff just last year.
We were coming in kind of late on the recruiting side of things and also with really, really high expectations as a group. So we were looking for the best players from each nation, each country that we spoke to. And that's really kind of what we ended up doing is the guys that are on the team now, they are the best player coming into college tennis from their respective countries for the most part. So yeah, it's a really high-level group, and it's been a fun process so far.
Italy, Germany, the Dominican Republic, these are all places that athletes on the ASU men's tennis team call home. But despite their cultural differences, they're still able to come together as a family.
It's a lot of culture, and I think that's good for the team because a lot of culture, but we all give each other what's the best from our culture, and it makes the team special. I know we hang out a lot every time, and we're still good friends on the court, especially off the court.
I think it's the best opportunity of my whole life to be here and of course represent a great team as ASU after 10 years. I mean, yeah, it's special for sure.
The ASU men's tennis team will kick off this coming season in January. In Tempe, Colette Stein, Cronkite News.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, a clean elections debate between candidates running for Secretary of State. Hear from Democrat Katie Hobbs and Republican Steve Gaynor. That's on the next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. 2 major interviews, Russia's President Putin and the Chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. That's Wednesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from...
I'm Susan Linkus of the Linkus Group, a fee-based registered investment advisor specializing in financial planning, investment management, insurance strategies, and more. LinkusGroup.com, investing for life.
Friendship Village Tempe, a retirement community for over 30 years, offers independent living with residency options, lifelong learning classes, as well as continuing care. Information at friendshipvillageaz.com.
Arizona is leading the way in cutting-edge scientific research in our very own backyard. Join us on Catalyst, the show that explores new advancements, technologies, and innovations at Arizona State University that are shaping the future for tomorrow and beyond. Catalyst.
Tonight at 9 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
If you are 60 or over, consider a charitable gift annuity with Arizona PBS.
A charitable gift annuity will provide you a steady stream of income during your lifetime and also help ensure that Arizona PBS is available for future generations.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
PBS Online. Share, tweet, watch.
Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
Coming up on Austin City Limits.
Saturday at 11 on Arizona PBS. Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Support comes from Citizens Clean Elections Commission, your source for unbiased voter information. Watch an upcoming debate and vote informed this election. Visit azcleanelections.gov/debates for dates and ways to watch.
Like you, we get up and go to work every day. We're on the job, keeping you connected at home, at work, and to what matters most. Others count on you, so you can count on us. We're here restoring power quickly when storms hit, even fixing issues before they happen. We're making solar more reliable, investing in battery storage, and constantly updating the grid. We're here working 24/7, keeping Arizona on.
Good evening and welcome to the special election 2018 edition of Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. Tonight's show is a debate sponsored by the Arizona Citizens Clean Elections Commission. We will hear from the two candidates for Arizona Secretary of State. As with all of our debates here at Arizona Horizon, this is not a formal exercise, but instead an opportunity for give and take between candidates running for an important state office. We like to keep it conversational, and we will do our best to make sure that all sides get a fair shake. Arizona Secretary of State is the first in the line of succession to the governorship. The office has a wide range of duties, including the administration of all elections in the state. Time now to meet our two candidates. Steve Gaynor is a Republican and a printing plant owner, and Democrat Katie Hobbs is currently the state Senate Minority Leader. Each candidate will now give a 1-minute opening statement with the order determined by random selection. Closing statements will be given in reverse order at the end of the debate. We begin with Steve Gaynor.
Good evening. I'm Steve Gaynor. I'm running for Secretary of State because the office was broken. I'm running to fix it so that everyone can get good service from the office and we can get good elections. My opponent wants to use the office to elect more Democrats. My background and experience in business will allow me to walk in on day one and begin to fix the problems. My opponent has been a social worker and a politician, not a recipe, I think, for success. My vision for Arizona is growth and success consistent with our history. My opponent wants to turn us in more like California, higher taxes, more regulation. That's why I think I'm the best candidate for Secretary of State.
All right, thank you very much. And for the next opening statement, we turn to Katie Hobbs.
Hi, I'm Katie Hobbs. I'm a native Arizonan, a wife and mother, a social worker, and the Senate Minority Leader. I'm running for Secretary of State to restore competence and integrity to the office and ensure that our elections are secure, fair, and efficient. I've spent my entire career fighting to make government work better for you, and that's what I'll continue to do as Secretary of State. I spent over a decade as the Chief Compliance Officer of one of the largest domestic violence shelters in the country. I was part of strategic decision-making, budgeting in times of ever-shrinking resources, and having to provide more services. I made sure that we complied with the laws and regulations that came with our funding and licenses to keep our doors open and provide services to thousands of Arizonans. That's the experience and commitment you'll get from me as Secretary of State.
All right, thank you both very much. Let's get it started. Steve, you said the office is broken. How is it broken? How do you fix it?
Yeah, well, there have been a lot of mistakes and a lot of problems. One example, the Secretary of State's office failed to send 200,000 information pamphlets on Prop 123. An example of how a lack of quality control and proper procedure leads to errors, and the errors are very problematic. My background in business, in manufacturing, allows me to come in and implement the kind of procedures and controls that will allow the office to function better. And the size of the office, 200 employees, 25 million budget, is actually quite a bit smaller than what I've done before.
The idea of management experience, does that make a difference in an office in which you are managing elections?
Certainly, and I certainly have that management experience in my time in large agency administration, as well as the Senate Minority Leader. I manage staff in that role as well.
What would be your first order of business as Secretary of State?
I think the first thing that I would do is do a top to bottom review of the office and find out what's working and what needs improvement, because you know, there's a lot of mistakes that have been made, but we know that there are every service that is provided, I haven't talked to one person who is satisfied and that it's working well, and there needs to be a lot of things fixed.
If there were